What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Trenton Acrey Show, where we discuss all things love, dating, situationships, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship, and how it all pertains back to you as the listener. Each and every week, you can look forward to me bringing on your favorite influencers, testing their dynamics of relationship building, business, and how it's portrayed in our world today. I'm your host, Trenton Acrey, and let's get into this week's episode. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Trenton Acrey Show. We have the second episode today. I've got my two beautiful guests here with me, Miss Madeline Monet and Chrissy on Fire.
Hello.
I'm super excited for this week's episode, not only because these girls are next level, but because they can sing as well.
I didn't know you can sing.
Girl. Okay.
We're in this thing.
What's up? Thank you for having us here today.
Of course.
It's been such a pleasure so far.
Amazing.
It's a beautiful day. I love the view.
Yes. Beautiful outside. So Miss Madeline Monet is 24 years old, living in downtown LA, currently in a relationship, but will always be married to the Monet.
Hey.
Before the pandemic, she was all over the place doing acting, modeling, singing, dancing, TikTok, and Instagram. This year, she is channeling all of her attention to singing. So far, she has released 5 covers that you can find on all streaming platforms, but this year she'll be focusing on producing originals.
Wish me luck, guys.
Girl, I need to hear this stuff.
It's pretty good. We'll say, you know.
And then we got Chrissy on Fire. Chrissy is a singer, songwriter, and recording artist, currently working on releasing a single and her new EP.
Yes.
She also does content creation and social media marketing with an emphasis on building brands by increasing their engagement and overall brand awareness. Possibly working on a podcast in the near future, and is conceptualizing a business with her sister and best friend, which our listeners will have to stay tuned for.
Stay tuned.
Boom.
Yeah.
So both of you, how has everything been since the start of quarantine? I know we've been going through this thing for about a year now.
Yes.
And it finally looks like we're winding down out of it.
It seems like it.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to give us a little bit and then take it all back, you know? It's like, that's what they did.
I'm enjoying being outside at the moment.
Yes. I feel free for sure.
I don't know, but for me, I feel like, and I don't know if this is the same for a lot of people, but for me, I feel like quarantine was like one of the best times of my life. Yeah. Because I was able to, work on a lot of my music, my writing. I've never written as much as I have during this time. And, finding my passions and being able to work in social media, find that. And it's been good so far.
Yeah. What about you?
For me, I definitely think just because of the people that I was working with, they were, especially being a cover artist currently, I've never worked on originals. I have one original that I haven't released, but it's it was one of those ones that was just let me just try it out and see what we can do. But I feel because everyone was just scared to come together and work, and in the creative space, you kind of have to have that team. So I feel it slowed down a lot of my my goals. It slowed down the projects that I wanted to achieve. But definitely now I'm yo, we gotta just get it going. We gotta get it going, So now it's definitely picking back up again. I did release, I think, 2 songs in quarantine, but they're just covers again, which are a lot easier to do. Original songs, I think, are a little harder for sure.
I wouldn't knock the covers, honestly, because for me, it's so much harder to release original music, because it's just oh my God, this is a part of my creative process, and okay, everybody gets to hear it now. Am I ready for what they think? But at the end of the day, as a musician, you gotta get over that kind of scared feeling,
that self-consciousness.
Yes,
right?
that's the word.
Yeah,
the self-consciousness of okay, everybody's gonna know what you're feeling, and if you're sad, then okay, you're a simp.
Let me just lay everything
Yes.
I've ever gone through out on the line right now for you guys.
I know, but it's amazing to be able to do that. So you should 100% release that track, girl.
It's actually, it's a banger, honestly. I mean,
a banger. love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
What is the craziest change that you've seen in yourselves since the beginning of this whole COVID thing? Has anything happened within this time that's like really brought out like maybe a good side in you or something else that might have been different that you didn't notice before?
I think learning how to be alone. It was like, because for me, I'm just a social butterfly. Like I always want to be around people. I always want to like, you know, go out for lunch, or even if I'm at home, like I want someone there with me. Whereas like in quarantine, you couldn't have that. So I feel like in quarantine, I was able to find, you know, comfortability with just being with myself and my thoughts. Because some people, you know, they can't be alone for too long because then they'll have like literal like suicidal thoughts. You know, it's like for me, I was able to like overcome a lot of the things that have been happening in my life, but alone, which is like, I think really powerful.
That's so interesting that you say that, because like for me, I'm more of like a homebody, but quarantine taught me to like put myself out there, not in like, you know, physical situations, but like, okay, put more of like whatever I have going on my music, like online, try to find like different jobs that can like, you know, help like with more like social media, like honestly, like putting myself more out there that way. So yeah.
It's amazing. I'd love to hear it. Where did your passion for music start?
I was a toddler. I was like,
I was a toddler too. I feel like when you're young, that's how you like get music like in you. My mom told me when I was younger, I was pretty much like a newborn, and I would hum myself to sleep. Like it just, and she was like, okay, maybe she's gonna be into music when she grows up. True enough, here we are.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like my parents always kind of put me out there. So they were like putting me in gymnastics, in softball, in cheer, musicals, like always signed us up for like the plays at church. So I feel like that was my first, like my first time being exposed to like music and actually singing. Cause like music is different because there's so many parts of music, but like singing is one thing that's like very distinct, you know, it's an instrument in itself. So it's like, singing, I definitely think came from like being put out there in musicals, like my parents signing me up for like the school play or whatever, you know? So but it became a bigger part of my life, I would say, like in college, like I would say like high school for me, because like that's when YouTube was kind of barely becoming relevant. And so I was in high school when like 2010 to 2014. So like YouTube was nothing. And like I remember just like singing this one song, Stay by Rihanna, and I like loved it. And one of my friends, Andrew Blue, was like, oh, let me just come over and record you, like, and we'll just post it to YouTube. He was like doing little projects. Now he's huge. Like he was touring with like Dioro, and he's now like Logan Paul's videographer. But he like came over. He literally just had his like Canon, and he had like a mic like this, and I held it like on my lap, and I just sang it and like posted it to YouTube. And that was like, I think, my first, you know, exposure to like actually doing music.
I love it,
because I got like a lot of good feedback from that, you know.
That's awesome. It's funny because we kind of actually have the same story. My parents put me in music, and they had me like play all kinds of instruments, and I was just like, I really like to sing. And I did the YouTube thing too, like back in 2010, and it was just like really interesting because
it popped off weirdly.
It was
like weird. Like I mean, 1,000 views back then was like 1 million now, you know?
That was crazy. Yeah.
And I mean, do you girls have like a particular artist that was like an inspiration to you growing up or something like that?
Always.
All artists.
Always.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
right now, I guess it changes like in the different phases that you're in, you know what I mean? Like right now, I really love Sabrina Claudio, Alina Baraz. Like that's the type of music that I like to create. R&B stuff for sure. Yeah.
I feel like because my dad was so, like he liked all music. So like even rock, like indie, jazz, R&B, rap. Like I was exposed to like all the different types of artists. But if I can pinpoint like one artist, I would think it would be like Amy Winehouse.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. Lovely.
She crazy.
True.
She loca.
So what do you think about music nowadays versus how music used to be? Do you think that it's changed a lot? Do you like music before? Do you like where it's at now?
Different music is It's changing,
and
but
evolving.
I feel like nowadays everything sounds the same. I don't know, but if it's just me, but like everything just sounds the same. All the rap songs are about, all right, let's bring like money, bitches, all that shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, no, like back then, like music had more of like a story to tell, and that's what I want to do with my music. I always want people to feel a certain way, and they remember that feeling, and yeah.
I think that back then people put a little bit more effort into like their lyrics, like and what the like the message that they're trying to get across. Whereas now you can literally go like pop pop, and it's like an ad lib in your, you know, and it's
that's the chorus.
But yeah, but it's, you know, I mean, I appreciate all forms of art, so it's like I can't knock someone's you know, own perspective on putting that on their track, you know. So like back then I think it was very meaningful, whereas now it's like people are just trying to get that sound to be a sound, you know, like to be relevant in that space because they want to be a part of that genre, you know. Instead of like and a lot, and I'm seeing this a lot in new age artists where they're like using mostly electronic stuff where it's like they don't ever incorporate, you know, like a guitar or a saxophone, you know. And those are things that I would, because it's like that's what I truly love. Like I love classical music as well, so it's like, but I mean, like I said, I can't knock it, but it's it's definitely changed.
And you play the piano.
I play the piano, I play the guitar. I started playing music with a classical flute.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Cool.
I know, it's super interesting. Super interesting, yeah. So my mom put me in all that, and the way I learned how to play guitar was my sister. So I was playing the classical flute, and then my sister was playing classical guitar. And I liked to sing even back then, and I was just like, hey, like, can you teach me one of these songs? Like basic chords, please, just anything. And she taught me, and that's how, like, ever since then, like, I've just been playing the guitar.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you
And
play?
you sing Spanish music.
Oh,
A little bit. Poquito. No, just
Poquito.
So weird story though, because like growing up, I wasn't taught Spanish. Like I'm third generation here. My parents, like when they would argue in Spanish. So like that was like the only way that I kind of learned Spanish.
That's so interesting.
And my grandmother, who is actually like my great aunt, she kind of like raised us, kind of like would babysit us after school for a long period of time. And me just being like the nosy person that I was, like I would just listen in on her conversations, and she would like point to things and say it in Spanish. So like that's kind of how I learned the little bits and pieces of it.
That's awesome.
But now, so like now I'm learning a lot more Spanish, I would say in the last 3 years, because I was able to rekindle my relationship with my grandmother, and she's only Spanish speaking. So like, so I've like missed out so many years of my life and her life of like not having a relationship with her. So I'm over here like, no, I need to have that relationship with her. So I'm over here like tripping over my words, saying como se dice, like, you know, asking questions, like, but really being present and like wanting to learn. And she sees that, you know, so like I would give it up to her, like for the reason why I know Spanish as well as I do now. But yes, I am getting into that Spanish space.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I feel like that industry has just expanded so much lately.
Really? Yeah.
Huge. I mean,
It's
wasn't
awesome.
Bad Bunny like the number
Bad
one
Bunny.
artist
Yeah.
last year?
He's killing it.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Like some of his songs aren't the best. Like how I said, they're kind of just saying things to fill up the space,
Right.
you know? But like,
I don't know what's going on in the songs.
like, yeah. But it's like if you can move to it, you know, that's all that matters.
No. And so I have a question, and I've been like thinking about this like pretty heavily lately, but do you think that women are viewed more for their bodies or for actually being respectable artists?
Well, with anything right now, anything these days, obviously like sex sells, right? And that's the sad reality that's put in the media. Do you feel the same way?
So I feel like my approach was just how I've been on social media has been the like complete opposite of like, let me have my sex sell, you know, because I know that I can.
Right.
I mean, I've been looking at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, damn, girl, you popping. You know, like I'm like, I gas myself up over that, but it's like, I never wanted I never wanted to have to like put out or like exploit my body or myself to get views and likes, because it's so easy. Like a lot of girls do it, and I'm not knocking that. Like some girls feel beautiful naked, some girls feel beautiful like fully clothed, you know, and that's our own power, and that's how we take our own power, you know. But it's like I definitely think that it is a part of what, you know, men want. They want to see that, but then there's also the other group of men that are like, you know, she's like Sade. You know, everyone respects Sade. She's an artist. Like she's a beautiful woman, and because she puts herself out like that, that's what she gets in. You know, like she's not getting like I like maybe backlash like how maybe Cardi B is getting. You know, and I don't knock that, because girl, I be, you know, if it's up, then it's up. But it's like, you know, I would say yes and no, basically, because yes, it like it fills an aspect of like, I don't know, just like sexuality, and I don't know, like having men want that, but also like as other men, or most men, even all men, I would say, still want a girl that's kind of modest and like.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? I think both though. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
No, for sure. That was like, pretty spot on. Great. It's just, I mean, you see everything that's like happening nowadays, and I feel like it's either one extreme or the other with girls. But I just think that you being confident women and like singing is the sexiest thing like ever. Yeah. I always told myself, I'm like, man, if I get married, like I need to marry like a girl that can sing, because that shit is just so beautiful. I love sing that. To my babies. No. Yeah. So I think it's awesome. But yeah, so do you, well, I mean, that was basically like my next question. I was just going to ask, like, if you feel like you need to be sexy in order to basically sell yourself or sell your music. But
I don't really think that you need it, although it's a different, so for me, like music is like such a different thing versus like my alter ego, who is like whoever that is on social media. It's so different. It's like I don't relate any of that to like my music, because my music is so like, it's so pure, it's so holy, and it's like, it's just my voice. But like who I am as a person and who I am like on social media, that's totally different from social media, I feel like. So to answer your question, I don't think you need it to get your music forward. Yeah,
I think that what makes an artist is like their uniqueness, and you know what, like the message that they share with the world. And but I definitely would say that even though you don't need it, because I do agree that you don't need it, but at certain points even I would want it, you know, like if I'm feeling sexy in this song it's making me like I'm gonna portray that in my video, and you're gonna see 100%. That, and like, and I would be comfortable with that. Like I'm not saying that I'll never like be in lingerie or something like for a video. It's just, that's just not my go-to, you know, like if it's like a sex song or like a love song, something where it's like intimate, then I'm gonna have that in there, and I'm gonna be sexy, and I'm gonna show that because I can, you know, but it's not that I need to, it's because I want to, you know. But everyone's different, you know, like some people base their entire brand off of them being sexy or like just, and some people base their brand off being modest, you know. So it's like whichever way that you decide to go with that, you know.
So if you're a younger girl or a guy and you're planning on becoming an artist, or you think that you can sing good or whatever that looks like, what would be the next step for someone, or what would you tell someone to take this route in order to become an artist, or what would that look like?
For me, like the one advice I would give them is to follow what you want to do, because I've been signed like with Universal like for like the longest time, and they always wanted me to do like a certain thing. They wanted me to portray like a certain like image, whereas that wasn't me. And I was so unhappy for the longest time, because like, what if I want to sing about something else? And you're like, no, sing this love song. And it's just different. It's difficult, because like, how can you be happy with whatever art that you put out if it's not truly who you are? So that's like been one of my main issues, like being signed and stuff.
Damn. So I'm all about doing what makes you happy. Like I've always been that, like an advocate for do what makes you happy. And like my ultimate goal in life is to be happy. It's not about money. It's not about what I have or who I'm with. It's like happiness, you know? So like the advice that I would give someone that's like barely starting out is just to follow, you know, what you desire, what makes your heart sing, because what makes you happy, because, you know, happiness is the overall goal for all of us, I would say. It's not about what you have or who you're with or like how much money you have or where you live. It's like you can live in a shack and be like the happiest person in your life, you know? So it's like, I would say, I would for sure tell them to like kind of plot out what they want, like what they want to convey or portray to their audience. Like what type of message do I want to give? What type of advice would I give someone that's listening to my music? Like, how do I want to make them feel? Like, how are they gonna interpret what they're hearing? You know, so it's like I feel like all that goes into your brand and like your image. So it's like if you want to be sexy, then be sexy. If that makes your heart sing, please, girl, I want to see you be sexy because it makes you happy. You know?
Do you feel like you have to make it on social media in order for you to be successful in that industry?
Success comes in different forms though, right? So I wouldn't say that you need it to be successful, but like social media plays such a huge role in like just everything in general. So it goes hand in hand, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like some people can have a lot of plays on Spotify because their sound is good, but not as much
On social media.
Likes or followers on social media. But I do think that, you know, when you find your niche and you become like a good artist enough for people just to want to look up your name and play your song because that's like what they're feeling at that moment, like all that other stuff will follow, you know, like having the followers, having the money, having the nice clothes, the cars, whatever, you know, like all that will follow. Like the reason why I decided to only focus on music this year is because when I make it as an artist, like all those big roles are going to follow. Like people are going to want me for their movies. People are going to want me for their, like in their catalog, you know? And like, that's what I realized. It's like, what do I truly love to do? Yes, I love to model. Yes, I love to act, but it's like what I really, really want to do this year, you know? And that's music and all that will follow.
I love that.
So you feel like you kind of shifted away a little bit from social media in order to give this more of your time and more of your effort?
Yeah, because I have the followers, they're there. But it's like, what do I want to give my followers? Yeah. Like, because I've been struggling so much on like how am I going to go about my project? Like, what story do I want to like tell them? Like, how, like what, like, are they going to learn something? What are they going to take away from my project? You know? So it's like, me modeling and being cute on Instagram isn't going to give them any of that. So it's like, I want to work on something else that's going to give them what I want to give them, you know?
Yeah. And personally, just speaking from a guy's perspective, like looking at both of your guys' social medias and what you're working on, I think it's really beautiful when I get to see like you girls sing and stuff, because I can actually genuinely feel your happiness when you're singing, right? And I just feel like my biggest like rule of thumb when I look at like social media nowadays, and I'm like, man, I want people to bring context back to content, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
And I just want there to be more depth in it, because I'm so used to just seeing ass and boobs and
so true.
Like the whole.
I feel guilty going down my feed sometimes. I'm like, what the? This is
Hey, girl.
Like I did not ask to see that today.
Yeah. I just feel like I know so much about these girls and I don't even really know them, you know?
I haven't even met your mother yet. Like,
I would just tell you girls to just keep on going, because whatever you're doing, it's working for you. And, you know, the right people see the stuff that you're working on and they think it's great. So
yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
So not to switch it up a little bit, but to switch it up a little bit. So you have a boyfriend, no boyfriend, or it's complicated.
No, honey.
Complicated.
No, honey.
Okay, so let's talk about yours. Then we're gonna get back to yours.
God. Honestly,
Let's hear it.
So I just actually started like posting that I have a boyfriend on my Instagram.
It's Instagram.
But I don't like post him. Like I'm like the type that's like no face, no case. And like
but you're not hiding him.
No, but my followers love that shit. They want the tea, you know? They're like, damn, like leave us on edge type thing. It's so funny.
I would do I used to do the same thing too. I'd be like, oh, put your nails right here. Yeah. So we're at dinner or something. I'm like, put your arms down, just like pump this up a little bit. I'm like, okay, everyone can see that. We're good.
Yeah, just so you know that I'm with someone.
Exactly. Just to keep them keep their mind on those type of things. So what's your situation look like?
It's so complicated at the moment. Like, where do I even start? But I don't know. Like, I'm just like dating other people right now, and it's like, it's been fun. Nothing like super duper serious, just because like okay, mentally prepare myself for this conversation. No, there's no crying. It's just like, okay, let me get you the tea.
All right, okay. We love it.
So I was dating this guy for a minute, and at first, like, everything was like super good, and then we broke up because he said that he wanted to be single and go to Vegas. So I'm just like,
good old let's go to Vegas.
Go to Vegas, right? Oh, you want to go to Vegas?
That makes
You can go to Vegas and still
go to Vegas then.
Like, what the heck?
No, I don't know.
I literally was just in Vegas like last weekend with my girls.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
like,
sorry,
for
go ahead.
all guys, so I just don't trust it. And they're all single. I do not trust it. And so I was just like, all right, so then just go. So we broke up. Long story short, we broke up.
Before he went to Vegas.
Before he went to Vegas, I was just like, no, like, this is it. And we just, yeah.
Wait. Do you feel like he almost wanted you to break up with him before he went to Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
To
Like,
feel
he
like
was,
it could clear his mind completely?
He was trying to, like, break up with me for sure by doing that. And I was just like, all right, bye. So done. I didn't talk to him for like months. And then he gets a girlfriend like a week after. And I'm just like, you was cheating. You was cheating this whole time.
Wait, so was the girlfriend?
It wasn't Vegas. It wasn't Vegas. No.
Was the girlfriend out here? Was she from Vegas or?
She's from out here. Yeah. So then like.
How long were you both dating?
Like 4 months. Not long, but like we were very like.
It was significant enough to where he should know better.
Yes, absolutely. So I don't know. I don't know if there was any cheating involved. Not sure, but like all I know was he got a girlfriend like a week after. That's all I know.
And were you guys boyfriend or girlfriend though?
Yeah, we were.
What the hell?
Super weird. But
guys are weird though, because that my ex did that. Like he had a new girlfriend like a week later, and we were together for like 2 years.
Like, what does that say about?
That's weird.
Exactly.
Like I was weirded out by
I think
that.
what that
like,
says about the guy is that they're not confident in themselves.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like that they need
Because-
You need somebody right
a
away.
rebound.
No, if I break up, I'm the type of person like if I'm in a relationship, it's very significant. People know about her. Once we break up, though,
People also know about it.
that shit is
People also
it's
know.
All the pictures
Like,
are gone,
hey.
all the videos gone.
Yes.
I'd be like, hey,
I did
delete
that.
his number from your
Yeah.
phone, like.
And I'll be single for like years before I find anyone else because I'm all about like I need someone to be interesting and fulfilling.
Like they have to be all
Everything.
you want.
The list is just ongoing for
And that's
sure.
okay because
that's
we
a
don't
li-
settle. We don't settle at all.
It's a little selfish of us too to like have to be like no. Because for me, like
don't
I'm
think
so. I mean, it's good to be selfish, but it's also like. Never, no one's perfect, you know?
Right.
And people evolve over time. And I'm very like, because I've seen it in my family. I've seen it in even men that I've dated. It's like, sometimes you got to teach people like how to act sometimes.
For sure.
You got to teach them your love language, your like how you want to be treated, you know?
I love that. But I wouldn't call it selfishness. I'd call it probably like standards. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, standards.
Standards.
But sometimes people are like, oh, he doesn't have like 6-pack. Like I don't want people.
Oh,
I'm like, bro,
okay, that's
dude, like you
not in
gotta
that
check
sense.
yourself.
not in that.
No, but I'm
sense.
just saying for those people that
Right.
do think like that.
Check yourself.
Check yourself. Because you know you can gain a 6-pack.
Yes.
It's true. It's true.
It's a lifestyle.
That's what I'm saying. You can learn.
Facts.
So where have things left off with you and this guy? Did you message him about it? Did you tell him like, hey, this bothered me?
No, so I'm just the type of person to just cut shit off. Like I cut. Like if
So literally you said nothing.
We said nothing. So we didn't talk for like months and months. And then this girl has been like stalking my Instagram.
What?
She's been
She's
like
peanut butter
messaging me on Instagram, messaging me on Twitter, shows up at my gym.
What?
At the gym.
Shows up at my gym.
She out here trying to work on the fitness.
She
though.
said,
She's trying to
what
get on that
workout she
Chrissy
doing?
workout plan.
Hey, I don't know about that, but like this girl was legit stalking me. So I'm just like, hang on, like, and even then I didn't even like bring anything up because like you're acting crazy here and for no reason at all. Like I never talked to this guy, but like I may have done something a little bit petty, and this one I will own. I'll own it. Like So there was that challenge on Instagram one time, and they're like, oh, show us a picture of this or show us a picture of that. So one of them asked, show us a picture of your ex. And I posted a picture of trash.
Oh, that's messed up.
I know it was messed up, but like I didn't tag anyone at all. So
Just let him know.
Wait, so she got mad at that?
she got mad at that. I'm like, but you're not even like concerned.
Like, how
did
So irrelevant though.
Wait,
You're
how
with
did she
him.
know how many exes you have been? Like,
Exactly. Why you triggered though?
Yeah.
I didn't tag anybody.
she's jealous.
If the shoe fits, that's not my problem.
Like, you thought it.
You got it though. Yeah. So that was the whole situation, and like I turned my Instagram on private for a minute because when she showed up at my gym, I was just like, okay, that's where I draw the line. She lives in LA or something, and I live in like Orange County. Like, there's no reason for you to be going to Orange County for no reason.
Damn, she must got a lot of time on her hands, that's for sure.
This girl got time. This girl got me living in her head rent free.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's the story of my life right now. So after that whole situation, I've just been very like careful with like who like I let into my life, because like I'm very like, as a musician, as a singer, songwriter, I'm very emotional as a person, but also very logical. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I put myself in these situations where like, okay, like let's date this guy, maybe he'll hurt me and the next banger is gonna come out. That's
Damn.
what
I need you for this song.
This is
Okay,
why I
thank
have
you.
the singers on here today, by the way.
So, it's true though. Like
Yeah, we
sometimes-
need to go through some shit, honestly, so that we can
Damn.
share it.
All my best songs come like when I'm like super heartbroken. So sometimes when I'm bored, like, yeah, let's date this guy for a minute and see what happens next.
Wow. You know what they say? Like, I don't, it's kind of funny, but my sister's ex-boyfriend and the guy that like I first moved to LA with, he's engaged to Ariana Grande now.
You're lying.
Yes.
To me.
Wait, what? She's engaged?
I'm not going to say the name because I'm sure everyone
You're
could just look it up.
Wait, you're
But
lying.
yes, engaged
What?
to.
Why is she always trying to get a ring on her finger? Like,
But they say that her
She's on
last
7
album
rings.
was about them, like obviously doing their thing, and her whole album was about sex.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Damn.
Wait,
So-
you're lying. Who is this guy?
she be getting
You'll
it
see.
in.
I mean, you could easily
You're
look it
gonna have
up.
to tell us off air.
It's some guy. I've
He's
seen
from
her.
like
Seen
the
him.
IE, like where I'm from.
Really?
That's crazy.
The
Made it
Inland
out the
Empire.
mud.
Wait.
He said.
Wait, so you know this guy?
I know everything. I could.
You know this guy.
Yeah, I know a lot about this
Oh my
situation.
goodness, that's
Yeah.
some juicy shit right there.
I
You
know.
heard it here first.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
So you're gonna have to wait a couple episodes because I might just bring on someone
Oh,
special to unleash all of this. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So we're gonna switch positions on that one. So in general, what do you think it is that guys are maybe lacking in nowadays that you would like to see more of? Or maybe something that your boyfriend does that you're just like, wow, that's amazing. And give us just an example or two.
As somebody who is in the streets right now,
The streets is college.
Hey, back
Somebody
to the
who's-
streets.
somebody who is on the streets right now, because it's different, right? You want different things, like with your man, like there's different
Yeah.
things. For me, like, can a guy
Yeah.
I love this.
can a guy just be like respectful these days? They're just like not
so much.
respectful at all. Like dating, like on like online dating is just like terrible.
You
But
want to know
also-
what it is?
What is it?
Is because they get away with it too often.
This is what I was gonna say.
That's why if
Facts.
girls stood
need
up
to-
for themselves and said, no, we're not gonna have sex on the first date, or
period.
no,
Period.
we're not, you
Absolutely.
ain't gonna get none of this anytime soon, then things would be different.
That's
I'll be honest, as a guy, most girls lead with that because they think that that's
They
what I
think
want.
it's like their power or something.
But in my
Girl, let me tell you something. Hold on. Go ahead.
exactly, no, okay, I'm so, like that's perfect. But like even if they lead with that, I'm a guy, I have needs. I'll probably follow along.
Oh, you
But
will for sure.
That's where things are gonna stop. You know, like I
Yeah.
have already gotten everything that I wanted.
Yeah, there's like
And
no
you
more.
already told me and you already dictated that that's where the relationship's gonna go.
Yeah.
So perfect, we're gonna leave it right there.
Thank you.
Facts.
I'll
Yeah.
take that.
facts.
Yeah.
And now I go.
Thank you. Come
I don't
again.
even kiss on the first date at all.
So like, for me, when
it's true because like I've gone on like several dates and like they automatically assume just because you make me dinner does not mean I'm gonna kiss you. So like they make me dinner, all of that.
Chef
like
kiss, like that's all you get.
I'm gonna do that next time. So they're like, yeah, come over. Like I'll cook you dinner. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I'll come
That's
over.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Just
then
stay with that though. Like
he'll make me dinner, whatever. We'll talk. We'll have fun. Like just like playing board games, whatever. And then like towards like the end of the night, after like 2 glasses of wine, like they just like try and yank my face, and I'm just like. I don't know what kind of girls you've been around, but this ain't it. This ain't it. And then I leave.
I have so much to say because like
Start us off.
So I like to go back to your previous question. I'm like a relationship girl. Like I cannot be running the streets. I have. I do not like it personally because it's too easy. It's too easy, and like I just see like my value just diminishing. You know, like at my own like fingertips, and it's like for me like. I'm all about respect and trust and loyalty, communication. Like all that is like so important to me. So like knowing that I'm fucking around, like I can't tell them not to, you know?
Right.
So I'm a relationship girl. That's just it. But what I've always done, and when I really like a guy, and like this is my own power. And as a woman, we have power, okay? We do. And men, you should know this power because it'll be easier for you.
Pussy power.
Bam.
No, but like when I really like a guy, like I will be like this, like just to myself. Don't touch me. Don't do anything. Like I'll be respectful. I'll be super like obviously I'll be myself, but I'm not gonna touch or like eyes are everything too. And you can say things with the eyes. Like, you ain't gotta do nothing, you know? But like, like kissing on the first date is no. Even holding hands for me, like I'm like, I'll literally lay down the law, be like, don't touch me. Like I don't want that because I'm a physical person. Yes. And the moment you touch me, I'm gonna kiss you. And when you kiss me, we're gonna do stuff. And that's what kissing leads to sex, honestly. Like, let's be freaking real. Like, you don't have sex without starting to kiss. I'm just gonna say that, like, lay that down there. But I definitely think that, like, holding off on that, on, like, giving your body to someone allows you to explore them in other ways that you wouldn't have, like, found otherwise or discovered otherwise, you know? Like, you actually give them time to get to know their heart, get to know how they think, you know, get to know their mannerisms. And that's what attracts me, you know, like, or pushes me away. So not giving it up super fast is super important because then you actually get to know them on like a deeper level.
Yeah. And speaking from a guy's perspective, I know I really like a girl when I don't want to have sex with her right away.
Yeah.
And I want to wait and I want to protect her. Like that's like a huge cue for me.
Yeah, because sex is like it's
easy.
like it can be easy, but it's beautiful, you know? Like when you share your body with someone in a bed, like in that intimate moment, like you become one, baby, you know? Like and that's like a lot to give someone, you know? Right. So it's like you know, when you're having sex, like you want there to be passion, you want for them to feel your body, you know, like
it's way different.
That, like,
it's 100%.
It's way different when you're with someone that you love versus someone that's just a hookup partner or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So
that doesn't make me sing for sure. That doesn't make my heart sing.
So I have some questions that I know that guys would kill to get the answers to.
Okay.
So here we go. First things first. Do you think that, do girls like the nice guys?
I do. I'm like, yes.
Because once you've been around the streets enough, I don't think the bad one's gonna satisfy you no more.
I don't like guys that are like, what's up, ma? I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. Like
bro, when did that ever work for you?
Like, oh, I literally, and I'd be disrespectful, honestly, when people come up to me and they're like trying to talk to me. Catcall. Yeah, like no, catcalling. Oh hell no, I'm up in the air like that.
No, she really is like this too.
No, like when someone comes up to me, I'm like, do I know you? Like, why are you coming in my bubble? First of all, that's weird. That's weird to me. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't put your hand on my arm. literally, you disgust me. Like, that's how I am, you know? But like, the nice guys are respectful and they know boundaries. And I think that's why I always fall for the nice guy. You know, like, I can't be with like that player type because I'm just like, ugh. Like, you don't have respect for your mother. Like, that's how I feel, you know?
That's on.
Like, straight up.
Quiet here.
Sorry, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
straight.
I want to hear your take on this, Chrissy.
See, here's the thing.
All right, Chrissy on fire.
See, I want the nice guy.
Everyone wants a nice guy.
I want the nice, and I want to want them, but there's just something about the bad boy that I just cannot. I just can't.
The toxicity.
The toxicity.
Give me all the toxicity.
Give it to me.
Well, according to my last guest, what he would say to the girl, like through DM, is he would just be like, let's be toxic. And he said it works for him 90% of the time. But you know, he's probably with all these little IG thotties or something.
A certain
Not
type
mine,
of girl.
my last guest I had. You don't want to know my lines.
Yeah, like a certain type of girl will be like, yeah, I'm down. Like,
Yeah. Where you at?
Yeah, like, been waiting for you, like.
Yeah, I feel like, again, subconsciously, it's because I want the story. I don't like boring.
Like, you want the story. You want
I want the
tea.
story. I want to know
love
what's
that.
gonna happen. Like,
You need the
okay,
drama.
it's just hard when it's like predictable. I don't like that.
Damn. See, I like really protect my mind, body, soul. Like my
Oh, you
heart,
have to.
especially.
I need more of that.
My heart, it's like I'm like no, like
No.
and I love hard. That's the thing. Like, and I'm so unconditional about my loving. So it's like I don't know. Like I gotta only let certain people in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's powerful for sure. Do you think that your social media status intimidates guys or makes them want you more? Because both of you girls have pretty substantial followings on social media. Do you think that that is like something that's attractive to a guy or that it intimidates them?
See, I feel like you should answer the question. I honestly don't know. Like,
I would say both because like a certain type of guy who's already successful,
right.
and like who has like a really good head on their shoulders wouldn't care about your followers.
Correct.
You know, but like another guy who say is, you know, unemployed or you know, like not fully a man yet would be like, oh yeah, this is my girl, she got like 100,000 followers. Like that's something that they would say, you know? And it's like, it's almost like it's like status, you know? And I honestly get like weirded out when people are like, oh, let me follow you on Instagram. Because that's gonna open up a dialogue like, oh, what do you do? And it's like, I don't really care to share my life with people, you know? When I look up my name, like I'll scroll down to the post so they don't see that first thing, you know? And then like when they see it later, they think, you know, and they think whatever they want to think, but it's like, I didn't get followers just like for being, you know, Bahama Mama. Like, like it's for like my personality and my art, you know? So it's like, but to talk about those things with a stranger isn't always, you know, my first go-to. Like I kind of get like not smitten. I get what is that? Like shy. I get shy to talk about like that
too. Like it's not like something that I don't want to like put out there right away, because then they make up assumptions of you and like, okay, well you're this type of person, but honestly I am pretty shy too.
Yeah, I get like bashful. More like better said. Like I'm like, oh, like thank you, but like you know. Like,
I feel like I like honestly lead with the Instagram thing nowadays. I don't even get the girl's number. I'm like, if I like a girl or I want to get to know her, I'm like, add me on Instagram, because like, especially if I'm in a club setting or a bar and I'm like, I don't know, like she'd probably be looking good right now, but I gotta double check this out later. So I'll add them on Instagram. Right. And then if I decide that I want to message her from there, then I'll usually message her. Yeah. But I really don't feel like I even lead with the phone thing anymore, which was used to be the thing. And another thing too is I feel like I even like use this, like, for example, with my sister. I'm like, don't give guys your number right away, because that is like a valuable piece of information 100%. Leading back to you. You can always take away a guy from Instagram or block him or whatever, or block the messages, but you can't do that with your phone number. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, like when people, I definitely don't give my number out a lot at all. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, follow me on Instagram or like Snapchat. I don't even use Snapchat, but yeah, like I definitely wouldn't give a guy, like if a guy came up to me, oh, like what's your number? I'd be like, okay, first of all, I have a boyfriend. But it's like, I would be comfortable with being like, here's my Instagram, you know? Because that's like, like you said, you can block, you don't have to respond, like things like that.
What are the first 3 things that you look at in a guy, maybe when you're on a date, physically wise, Like, what's important to you? Nice smile, nice hair, nice skin.
Hygiene.
Hygiene, I was gonna say.
Shoot, if you don't be smelling good,
like,
come on.
You gotta be smelling good. Like, don't tell me.
I'm like,
No. You
So
just
my-
finished from the gym or what?
like my boyfriend, he had like, he would always wear this one cologne like when we started dating, and like I literally just fell in love with that scent because like it reminded me of like just being happy and like kind of being smitten and also kind of taking risks and all this. So like I literally made him put it in like a little tiny like tester thing so I can just smell it every once in a while.
That's cute.
Funny,
That's
I
cute.
did that too, like when I was in a long distance relationship and I had my man like put like his like cologne.
Definitely hygiene, but I also like if I would say physical, because I don't really go for like the super like, because I feel like a lot of the guys who are handsome and like who like look good or whatever, have nice style, are cocky and like they're like that player type, and that's just not who I am. So I feel like I don't find those type of guys attractive, but I would say like a smile, like if they smile, the eyes, I don't know, eyes don't lie.
For me, I think that it's super important to like be fit because I live like a healthy lifestyle, and I think that your body shows how much you take care of yourself. So
Yeah,
it's like
for sure.
if you're fit, then like that's attractive to me.
Yeah.
Do you ever
straight
feel like
up.
some guys like literally work out not too much, but it takes away from their job because they work out too much?
Oh, that's
I've seen it. I don't know,
I be
maybe
seeing
I
guys
don't
in the
know.
gym, they just be like flexing in the mirror and
Oh, yes.
everyone's around, and I'm just like, that's
That's
weird,
a
bro.
thing.
Like,
That's a thing where I work
like,
out at. And
like
it's
do
like,
that
that's
do that at your
attractive to me.
home, you know? Like,
Don't be doing that shit in public.
yeah, that's kind of weird. Like that's where it's like that cocky attitude that I don't.
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Like confident and cocky,
Different
two
things.
different things. Yeah.
Different things, 100%.
And to pick up from what they just said, ladies, buying cologne for your guy is literally the best thing you can do. Anyone I've dated in the past, if they asked for a gift or what I wanted, I literally told them, get me cologne, because what that
Okay.
says is that's your favorite scent that you want them to wear.
Smell
I
like
love
that.
that.
Right?
Tips
Okay, I'm
and
gonna
tricks,
go.
like
I gotta go get some cologne right now.
Yes,
Babe, I got you a
exactly.
gift.
That is literally legitimately the best gift that you can get.
Thank you for
mental notes.
that.
Boom.
Writing that down right now. My to-do list.
What is the worst pickup line a guy can use?
There's so many. Oh my god.
What's up, ma? Oh my god. Get out
What's
of
up,
my
big head?
What's up, big head?
Somebody said that to me. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, what does that mean?
Like, are you trying to be disgusting right now? Like, what do you mean by that?
Has this shit worked for you in the past? Because, sir, it ain't it.
What's other pickup lines? I don't even know. Like,
What's up,
there's
big
a
head?
lot.
What's up, ma?
There's one. Like on Hinge and stuff, when people are like, if this pandemic doesn't take you out, can I? I'm like,
oh,
that's so bad. Corny.
You know what I need
Stay
to do
up.
is I think me and you girls need to get together and we need to write a freaking etiquette book of like how to approach certain situations, because I look through some of these girls' DMs, not like them personally, but like say we're in conversation and they show me like, look what this guy did. And these dudes will send 2,
Anything.
5,
Yes,
10 messages,
10. I'm like-
dick pic, body pic,
The
like
whole
boom,
thing,
just
the whole
going after
thing.
them. I'm like, what? I'm like,
Yes.
bro, she didn't even respond to how was your day and you're already sending her a dick pic. Like that's gonna do something for you.
So what? I want to know what goes on in like a guy's mind when they're doing that shit. Like, why?
Well, I put myself in, let's just say, the girl's perspective for a minute. If I'm a girl, I would think one message suffices, because you can see if someone read it now.
Really?
Well, yeah, on Instagram, like you can see if someone
well,
read
yeah,
a message,
but that's
right?
like not in your what are they
On
called?
like online dating sites.
No, like because you have like message requests
Right.
that they
Okay,
won't see it.
regardless, if you send the message and it shows delivered, that means she can see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't need to send 2, 3, 5, 10 messages
Maybe
asking.
2 at most.
Maybe 2 at most, okay? If you feel like that's going to satisfy you a little bit more. But this shit is getting out of control.
It is out of control. Like, sir.
Just take
I
it.
really
Just-
want to know though, like what goes through a guy's head, or like what a guy thinks, or like what they think they're gonna achieve by sending a dick pic to a complete stranger.
Yes, 100%.
That to me is like, I want to call the cops. Like, you're fucking weird. Like, why would you just send your dick pic? It's like flashing someone in public.
For
Like,
one, I don't even think down there is that pretty to begin with anyways.
It's not.
No girl wants to look at that and be like, oh yeah, you know what?
terrible.
I'm gonna scratch my plans with my friends tonight, and we're gonna make this
absolutely
happen. Like, no, never.
It's just-
So, bro, just stop while you're ahead.
Literally.
You have a better opportunity by just saying, hey, how are you? Or hey, how was your day?
100%.
Like, hey,
Ooh.
like saying something clever. Like, even in a
Yes.
relationship, when someone says something clever to me, and I'm like, damn, that was good. Like, I want to be like, hey, that was good. I'm in a relationship, but that was good. You know, like keep going with that one. You know,
Wow.
That's funny.
So how do you feel about like dating sites? Maybe not necessarily you now, but like
I've
how
never
do you
been
feel
on them,
about
so.
dating sites like Bumble, Tinder? What is the other ones? Hinge.
So I'm on Hinge, and I was on Bumble and Raya.
Oh dang, you got the full
damn.
The
No
Raya.
Christian
Full
mingle. No, I'm
effect.
just kidding.
farmersmeet.com.
No, because they're all different. Like, see, Bumble is like the girl has to like message someone first, so that never
Okay.
flies with me because I'm just like,
You're not gonna do that.
I am not gonna do. I can't be no. But I like Hinge the best, just because the quality of men are like kind of tolerable. Raya's okay too.
I've had a friend. She was like, what was it called? The other one that everyone
Tinder?
Tinder. She was a Tinder queen, dude.
What?
She'd be like, I'm gonna go get a free dinner tonight, and she'd go on Tinder. She would literally get a guy, and they would just take her out, and like she was always just going on Tinder dates like every day.
No.
Crazy.
I can't be doing Tinder. No, Tinder.
Yeah,
that
that one's like ratchet. Yeah.
ratchet, and it's just like the stigma that they have for Tinder is just like, all right, that's just like.
Oh, you guys met on Tinder.
Speaking of dinners, and I've heard this going around, and like it still blows my mind. But if you're a guy and you ask to take a girl out on a date or to dinner, you better be ready to pay for that dinner. And I'll explain why. My take on this is because girls spend a lot more time getting ready for dates than we do. Not even just that. We
It's
got
like
more
2
to go
hours,
into.
bro.
The fact that you are taking time out of her day, which is valuable, you better at least pay for the dinner. If I ever hear of that happening again, there's no excuse. So what you need to do moving forward, and this is what I always told a girl, if like a guy ever like makes you pay or whatever, I would say, yeah, no problem. I'm going to take care of this. As soon as I get back from the restroom, get your stuff, go to the restroom, call yourself a Uber home, do yourself a favor, and leave his ass there. And make sure he takes care of it.
I feel like I'm different because I have a brother, I have a sister, so like, but I also kind of like to be like chivalrous, like, and I'm like that because I like to be a gentlewoman, like honestly, and you know, like when me and my boyfriend went on our first date, I wanted to pay. I was like, let me pay. Like, and he got so offended. Honestly, he got offended. He's like kind of like that alpha male type, so he was offended, and I was like, dude, like, I want to take you out. You know, like that was for me just
You
because
must
it's
have
like
really
the
liked him.
because the first date is like the first date and like it's gonna be memorable forever. So it's like a woman never makes that statement, and I think that we should kind of normalize that. Not saying that men shouldn't always pay, but it's like, or
I mean, you can offer, but the way I
Yeah,
look at
but
it is like
offering-
at least the first 3 dates a guy
Yeah.
should take care of as a way to show like his significance of having you there.
no, of course,
as a part
but,
of it.
But okay, imagine you're on your first date and yeah, you invite the girl out for dinner, but she's like, no, I want to treat you tonight.
I
How
mean,
would that
that's
make
pretty
you feel?
next level.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
And
Point
whenever it
proven.
does happen, I'm like, oh my god, okay, all right, sure. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fight the person on it, but usually even if it's the first, I still do it. And
Yeah.
me, I take it a step further. It doesn't even matter if I'm just hanging out with a girl, like casually getting coffee or getting dinner. It's still the fact that I asked.
Right.
Yeah,
be the
like
one
when
to
you
hang out
ask.
with you.
It's kind of
Right.
like that same concept, like if you're going on a business meeting and you invite them out because you want to pick
yeah.
their brain, you pay for the dinner. But it's like, for me, it's like I kind of also wanted to make that statement, like, no, I got you too, though. Just like once. I mean, come on, they can pay for the
But
next
they
one.
gotta be worth it though. It's
Yeah.
not just like anybody that. No,
Like,
I'm not out here paying dinner for just anybody. My friends,
yeah.
yes, I love to eat. Like food is such
Yeah.
like it's the weight of my heart.
Yeah, same.
And so like yeah.
Yeah, and especially like going on the date and seeing how the date is going. Like if the date's going so well, it's like I want to make him feel special. Like that's my way of doing it.
Wow.
Even though he's for sure gonna deny me, but it's like at least I got to like get him to feel like that. You know?
Wow. We're learning some new things here.
Some new things.
That
Come
is
on, guys.
definitely
New perspectives.
Phew. Do you prefer that a guy has a small or large social media following?
small.
I don't really care about that stuff.
I care.
I don't really care.
I care.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. Like, because people are, like, known for their own things, you know? So it's like if he's known for, like, having a big Pokemon collection, you know? It's like, that's dope on you, you know? Like, awesome.
She knows about the Pokemon collection.
Yeah, like, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all for that. And you have a big following for that? Great, you know?
I just like mine like low key.
Like, low-key.
Yeah.
I like low-key guys, too.
I like low key just because, like, okay, I guess it's the same way for girls too, but like, I don't know, if you have like a lot of followers, like, what are you doing? Like, who's in your DMs? But I would never check anybody's phone, like, ever.
Yeah, that's
Or
like
DM.
a
I could
huge-
never. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like if you even felt that way, you're probably with the wrong person. That's for sure.
Even in a relationship, if you're out here checking their phone, like,
Like,
makes
the
no
weirdest
sense.
thing is, like, when people do it in, like, their sleep.
Oh, my
And
ex
they'll like go
defends
like
me.
this with the like when it was like our mouth like that's it's like you must feel guilty going like
Hell no. I gotta make sure I got a mask on when I sleep like this.
Uh-oh, what's the most...
And she picks up the thing. I'm like,
Me and my ex went drinking one time, and I was just like, I was really drunk that like and he was just very like kind of insecure. He was just like, why are you walking like that? Like, you want everybody to look at you.
oh god.
Super weird.
Oh,
And then when we went home, like, I was drunk, and he was like, open your phone, like putting the phone on my face, like, yeah.
see
it was
it's
just
one thing to
terrible.
be like
Terrible.
all right trust fall, let's switch phones, like that's funny and it's like okay yeah we have nothing to hide, but like just that act of being like let's switch phones and you both agreeing, it's like okay we don't need to go further from there. It's
Right.
like yeah
I feel like we're all smart people nowadays. We just choose to believe when things are not happening. When in reality, we know that they're happening. You can tell when something sketchy isn't right, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend starts acting differently. It's like, come on now, pick up the pieces and figure out what you want to do. Well, maybe a lot of people don't know how to respectfully ask things or bring them up, but
yeah
wow.
Trust your girl.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
trust your girl until she deceives you. Then don't trust her anymore.
Done. Cut her
Yeah,
off.
cut her off.
Describe your ideal guy in 3 words.
Intelligent, passionate, and honest.
I was just gonna leave with that. Like, honest is like one, like the main thing for me. Like, be honest because I'm that way. I want somebody fun, like just always like doing something because I'm that way, and somebody that's like genuine. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
3 words is 3 words isn't enough.
It's
First of
not
all.
That's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
So now that we know that both of you girls can sing, would either of you like to do a little snippet of that thing real quick? Do we need music or something? I might be able to be a little DJ real quick, or if you could
I'm
just.
like, I mean,
Like,
I
we're
only
like-
do covers, so I don't know.
Go, go.
No.
Suddenly, I'm shy.
Suddenly.
We just want to hear like a little song for the people. A little song for the people.
All right. I'm gonna
I
go.
mean, she already went. She already went.
Chrissy on fire. Here we go.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh shit, I got my weed from California. That's that shit. I took my chick up to the north, yeah, badass bitch. Ayy.
Wow.
Ayy.
This is what I'm talking about.
Then it's up. Yeah, I don't really be singing acapella like that, so I'm gonna skip on that.
Spanish.
My nunca suficiente para mí. Boom, boom. Porque siempre quiero más de ti. Okay, I know you guys don't know what I was saying.
I love it, guys. It's amazing. All right, ladies, we have reached the end of the show. Will you please tell all of our amazing viewers where they can find you on social media?
All right, guys. So first of all, thank you, Trenton, for having us here today.
Yes, thank you.
It's been
It was fun.
such an awesome time. But for anybody that wants to check me out, you can check me out at Chrissy on Fire. That's on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube as well at Chrissy Sings.
Chrissy sings. She does sing. She be singing. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, thank you again. I've seen you grow so much, and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
But you can find me, I think, on all platforms at Madeline Monet, Madeline Monet, with a T.
Yes.
So come follow me.
So thank you both for joining us today. To all of my viewers, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I'm your host, Trenton Acrey, and we'll see you next time.